And we're live. Welcome to the third, maybe fourth monthly webinar. I do this on the last day of every month. I'm doing it on the penultimate day of October because tomorrow is Halloween here in 2023. And we use these to talk about updates, Q&As, just different workflows, common questions that I'm getting throughout the month from my Descript students. And these are designed to be your time to see me in a different setting than the YouTube videos I post or than my course or tutoring calls, all these things that I offer. Along those lines, let me start by saying what it is that I offer. I have a Descript Mastery course, which you can find in the description, app.descriptmastery.com. It is $198 for lifetime access. There are over 100 videos and growing every single week. I post new videos as updates come out, as I get more questions. There's a frequently asked questions section of that. And it's just designed to be the most useful, concise, and easy to follow course for Descript to get you from wherever you are to wherever you want to be. And then along those lines, that's kind of the DIY option. The next one up would be my tutoring option. I have 3 tiers for that. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see my website. And if you have any questions as we go, you can just drop those in the chat and I will answer them as we go. But yeah, here, let me share my screen. Here it is, descriptmastery.com. And you can see here the 3 core pillars that we have is the course, which again, here's the 3 sections. There's one for core skills, broken down by the basics, script tools, text and captioning, and so on. Section 2 is your advanced skills, and section 3 are kind of your third-party integrations, Descript updates, frequently asked questions. This is the part that is changing the most often. And then you got your videos, over 100 lessons, community, and the events like this live webinar. I try to make myself available for Q&As and the updates. And again, it's $198 US. As for the tutoring, I have pivoted away from offering 1-hour calls. I still do it, but I'm trying to push people towards the 3 training calls, 5 training calls, and 7 training call packages. If you book the 7 training calls, then they get cheaper as you buy more. And if you want even more than this, let me know. I've done corporate training where people have me train their editors for an entire marketing team. And, we can come up with a package and a curriculum for that kind of use case, if that's what you need. But these are geared towards individuals who are wanting to launch a podcast or a YouTube channel. So in addition to Descript, we can talk about YouTube stuff. We can talk about thumbnails, titles, SEO, things like that. This is what I love to do. So I am always available to talk about those things. But here's the thing. If you buy the 7 training call package, then you get access to the Descript course. So that is my incentive for you there. Got some Q&A down there. And then the last thing I have is templates. If you want me to make templates for you, then I can do that for $15 per template. And templates are the key thing to really leveling up your Descript. If you have a podcast and you always want the same style, you have your face on one side and your guest on the other, I can make a template where there's a nice colorful background with your logo. I can add waveforms, progress bars, all that stuff can be done with a template. Of course, you can do that yourself, but if you don't want to waste the time and have the headache of figuring out how to get it to work properly, then I make myself available for that service. And I'm also going to announce here a very special service I am working on, which is a marketplace, a Descript job board. So you as the creator or as an editor will be able to get matched up with a creator or an editor, depending on which side you're on. Again, I don't have it available yet. I'm just teasing it here. And if this is something you're interested in, whether as an editor or a creator, then all you need to do to express your interest and get early access to this program is fill out your name, email address, and then tell me whether you're an editor or a creator. And the idea is this is going to be like Fiverr or Upwork or any of those other job marketplaces where if you're looking to launch a channel, but you don't want to do the editing yourself, you can hire somebody who specializes in Descript. And vice versa. If you are an editor who only uses Descript, those creators can find you. So it's a niche job board just for Descript. So please, if you're interested in this, go ahead and fill out that form and we can get you started as soon as it's available. That's at descriptmastery.com #jobs. Okay, and the next thing we can talk about, and this is super timely, this just came out 10 minutes ago, is version 76 of Descript. So, one really cool thing that we now have in Descript is the ability to expand the canvas. So, before your canvas was always this fixed size, it was always small. And that was a real problem for me because doing client work, I couldn't see details. I couldn't see somebody's eyes. I couldn't see little details in the background. And now we have the option to make the canvas full size. So when we're playing back, we're doing a final pass over a video, we can make sure everything's looking how we expect it to, how we want it to. And it's really easy to do. All you do is hit Command plus period, Command dot on Mac or Control dot on Windows. And this is that I have pulled up Descript's change log. So every time they have a release, they show what's updated and fixed in the latest version. But this is a little video that shows how this works. So let's take a look. So there you go. That's a canvas in full size. And then you can also resize it using the timeline on the bottom. So that's a big level up for editors. The next thing is draggable markers. So before, once you placed a marker on your transcript, you were stuck with that. You're stuck with that marker in that position where you placed it. You can now hit, there's these little dots to the left of that marker. You can click it and drag it to reposition. Once again, they got a little video here, like so. Cool. And then the next thing is bulk project action. So within your project view, this is your workspace view, project view, whatever you want to call it. There's little tick boxes next to projects, and you can move or delete multiple projects at once. And here's the video. You see he's just selecting a bunch of projects, and the little boxes are just there to the left of each individual project, like that. The next thing is something that was actually brought back. This isn't new, but it was gone for a while and now it's back. And that is the remove from transcript filler words option. So for a while, all you could do was delete filler words. That was it. Now you can remove it from the transcript without removing the audio. The advantage of that is if you have two words that are really close together, like an and then the next word after it, and they're so close together that when you remove the it causes the word to get clipped. So sometimes it makes sense to leave the filler word in there to just make it sound natural. But if you want a clean transcript because you're going to post it on your blog or whatever else, then you can remove it from the transcript without affecting the audio. So that's a nice little feature. And next we have the wordless media feature, and not everyone will have this yet. If you're not seeing it, then it'll be enabled soon. But what it does is that media files without a transcript will now appear as wordless media within your script. And then it gives you peaks and valleys simulating the loudness of the underlying audio so that you can understand your workflow visually and edit non-speech audio or word gaps from the script. And then one last tweak is this is another feature that was gone for a while and it's now back, and that is the markers list dropdown. For a while, you had no way to navigate through markers quickly other than in the scenes thumbnail. They've brought that back, which is a welcome feature. And you can now, especially if you have a really long video, quickly go through all those markers and find your position in your project. And then lastly, they got about a dozen bug fixes here. And these are always good. If things aren't working as they should be, as you would expect, if performance is a little bit awful, then these bug feature fixes may be a good reason for upgrading and getting those all smoothed out. All right, so we will cut to the question and answer portion of this. I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is the advantage of coming to these webinars is you can watch the full hour. But for those of you who are on the call, I'm going to start answering your questions that you've been putting in the chat. Thank you. And yeah, for you on YouTube, bye-bye.